Okay, so this was a scrim against zombies that we did the other night. We did it on steel. Start with this, you know, I usually, when I'm playing steel, I always play sort of a cloak and dagger. It's a very, very passive role. Most of what I do is just tell my team what's going on. I essentially kind of just stalk the combo with cloak and dagger, and then just, especially in the early stages of maps, so sort of the ABC parts, it's really important that your team knows where the enemy combo are, because you know there's no necessarily a standard push on this map, and they could go anyway. So just giving your team information is very important here, I find. So I tend not to. So this could be boring if you don't like, you know, just watching other people play. So here I mess up that jump. There's a limit to how often I'm gonna try that jump before I actually do it. I practiced it a lot, but I'm just never consistent with it. Okay, so here all I'm doing is just sitting at A, because standard push is first at A. And what I really want to do is, I see the cliff that's there. I'm telling my demo man what's coming. I'm telling him that the heavy is such a, you know, I'm telling him that the heavy is the help that he has. I'm saying he's hit the demo man for such an amount. All this is really important information. I'm telling him the sniper's going to the left. You see, because I don't have the visibility that I have, that's why I can just tell them this. And our demo man can just spam straight over there. Now, that was risky. Pyro does actually spot me, but I managed to get away from him. I called that there was a level 3 there, and I did want to get rid of it, but at the time it wasn't, you know, it was just too risky with the pyro there, but I did manage to get away. So here I'm just watching. And at this point we've actually held A for a decent amount of time, so we were happy about this. So this is when we started to ease off in our A defense. And now this is just lucky. Here comes engineer. And we'll get him in his building. Just waiting. This is a map that I kind of like to play patiently. It's so complicated and complex and everything that I find, and also just with the nature of the narrow choke points and stuff, it's I find it's better just to sort of wait for things to come to you, or well, obviously put yourself in the position for them, but don't take unnecessary risks, because a lot of the time you can get caught out, and again, information viewing is so important. Here, I thought I was going to get this stab, but I predicted movement badly, and then obviously get called out. Here's Jenny, who I'm pretty sure doesn't get shot in the face from point blank a whole bunch of times in this video. So they've kept B pretty quickly, so, you know, we're assuming at this point that they're gonna go straight for C, but. And here I'm just trying to be passive. At first I was gonna try and climb up here. You can actually jump up this way, but then I noticed that blue team were actually here already and they weren't coming through that door, so I got the call. So at this point I just decided to stay put in the corner and just give my team the information. And they know that's all their spam, so the medic's already just obviously used, but from now on I'm just going to try and watch him, try and see what his percentage is at. Let him know what players are there, what health they're at. So now here's the big push. I think about picking the heavy, but we have enough numbers up. I kind of feel like I know my team are incoming, so I feel like I really want to get the med. So I see the med go under, and the pyro's distracted. But our soldier comes in, he gets him anyway, but obviously pyro. Didn't save my soldier, but still we got 3 kills there. We only had to give up 1 player. Lardax is very good at his bombs. So here, no, 9k, come on. But here, I feel like this was maybe a mistake. I didn't honestly expect it to turn around. It works about fine for me in the end, but with the pressure from the demo. Okay, soldier bomb. Can see Wrexham. And now here's another point where I call out about the spy disguises me where he is. The spy doesn't necessarily need to go down if everybody knows where he is. It can just be as long as he's kept push. And there, that's an important point where I have to tell my heavy how much health their heavy has, because I mean heavy v heavy battles tend to just be matters of numbers. And there's our sniper. There's Chocolate going after another sniper, which happens very rarely, believe it or not. Now here I get bumped, so I assume they're going to see me, so I just picked the heavy anyway. I just went for the heavy stab there because it was a sure thing and I wanted to get it rather than not get anything. This Greg, yeah, so pyro. He lives on the internet. So, at this point, yeah, they're calling out that the demo man is where he is. I wasn't going to win that fight. So, I knew I also wasn't going to defend the cap at this stage. Well, I forgot that happened. Chocolate, it's trademark. So, I just kind of sat here and I was waiting for a pick more so than I knew with just the sheer numbers around that there was no point in me sending myself in. This is just, again, I predicted the movement badly. I don't know, I felt almost like my internet was fine, my ping and that, but my prediction of people's, the way that we're going to move was just off. We Scrim 2 maps, and it was the same, did PL upward as well, just for whatever reason couldn't really predict people. So here I'm changing my disguise. I'm changing, unfortunately I can't see what I'm actually changing to. I am going for it. Because at this point it's so, you know, we're really, I don't need to be moving around anywhere near as much. I've just gone for my dead ringer because it allows me to be a little bit more aggressive. I don't need to be crossing the line and sitting behind people anymore. There's only really two places they're going to go. They're probably going to try and cap D before they cap E. Lost that fight. But at the same time I know that the engineer's going to try and set up there, so I don't want to let him go either. So here's the engineer, he doesn't believe it. But this time I let him chase me and I back onto the health pack. He foolishly decides to follow me. In a 1v1 situation like that, there's oftentimes when a spy should win. If you know how to control enemy movement as well. Again, that was just bad luck to the man who decided to turn around when he did, and he makes bits of me. I'm pretty sure he already had Uber when that happened, so I'm not. I shouldn't have let him get saws on me anyway, but again, if I know it's embarrassing and I know it sucks to your team if you give medikits who hit saws, you have to tell them. It's one of those fuck ups where they need to know that, you know, it's such a huge game changer, especially on a map like Steel, where it's all about, you know, your holds, and the Uber is such a big part of that. So if you get sawed, just swallow your pride and tell your medic. Okay, so here I'm trying to rotate around, get into white room. I know that, see the convoy are in white room at the minute. Again, don't know why that didn't work out, but here I'm calling that the meta is really low. Like, I know he only has about 14 health. I'm going to change my loadout again here because I really do kind of want to get behind them and just focus more on getting picks, especially when I've just been in those situations where I don't know, just bad luck wasn't really on my side either. He was moving. Now here, this was interesting. I really didn't expect this, so I just had to call that their team had rotated it around to push him C. None of our team were really expecting it. It was should have worked. Didn't, but I think. So, drop down here, pushes fairly. Now, always when you're approaching corners, always approach a corner like there's definitely going to be somebody coming around the other side. Never take tight corners as a spy. Here my team's deciding to get really, really aggressive. We have white room fairly locked down and they're struggling to push against us, so here, again, heavy numbers. Tell my heavy how much thing he has. He knows he's safe to sort of jump in there. Fully buffed heavy versus a half health heavy. It's no, you want to have no aim at all from this to lose that. So here the heavies, they're just trying to push back in, but we've just way too many numbers. That heavy's not going to last at all. Don't know what this engineer is trying. He actually does get the force. Forgot about that. He's YOLO engineer. Now here, this was just bad luck. Oh god, Greggy, you've thanks for those stickies. Just pushing them right onto it. These kids are giving up free sandwiches like he works in the deli. I was lucky. there's Gianni running into a wall. That's his specialty. Now, I don't know about the Pyro. The Pyro was obviously, I had to make a split decision there. I told people he was there, obviously. Or to tell people that, a lot of classes would like a scout would go down pretty quickly to a Pyro in that position. Now here, I want to get behind the combo again, so dropping down here. The soldier gets shut down pretty nicely. And here I noticed that they've actually rotated around. I couldn't get over how quickly they actually managed to rotate around. And I think this is the moment where, like, if you don't have I couldn't see the med, I knew the heavy was there. Oh, this might not actually be it. But yeah, so here's the Pyro and the heavy. Don't see any medic though. Again, calling out, see that Pyro? That's definitely not a Pyro. That's a spy. Tell them. Down goes the heavy. So, I think this is it. Yeah, heavy disguise. I don't really have anywhere I particularly need to be. I'm not trying to rush and catch up with the medic. So, just jump around, pretend to be the heavy. I actually bump into the scout there and he still doesn't at me. Now, at this stage I'm sort of pushing my luck, so I just go for the stab. Pyro wrecks me. I was hoping that I'd get into a situation where I found the medic, but just with the acting that I kind of had to do, it forced me into that corridor. And it worked out, I did get a stab out of it, but the heavy disguise doesn't matter. You can get away with a lot in the heavy disguise, especially if you only need to do it once or twice in a game. The soldier disguises as well, for whatever reason. I don't find people never really, I don't expect. The heavy is the Spanish Inquisition. Okay, so this is a fairly good hold. We're all fairly happy with this. You can kind of tell there's moments like this where you expect their team to, they're not going to keep hammering their head against the brick wall. They're going to try something new. Calling out numbers, just trying to stay passive. At this point, to really, because at this point, a med pick can really shut down the morale a lot. No. I thought he had less than 40 health. I don't know how I made that mistake. For some reason, I thought he had 35, so I just thought, poke him with the knife. But he survives. But if you don't know, a face stab will do 40 damage, not 65 like most of the classes will do. I think it's the second lowest melee. Scout has obviously just 35 damage, but it's a lot faster. But there's nothing wrong with face stabbing somebody if you know that they're going to die from it either. Now here, yeah, I tell my team. At this point I didn't know whether or not to sap that. Then I definitely should have sapped it, but I actually fell off. So because after this fight, this post-Uber fight is where that mini sentry is really going to matter, So CR sniper and all there, you can't move out into that space, so I have to get rid of this gun. And at that point I wasn't doing anything else, so switch to that. Get the soldier here, just because he was pressuring the team. Soldier's not usually the biggest pick, but I often find that soldiers, for whatever reason, soldiers don't turn around. I think it's just they just get used to being as mobile as they are, and they never turn around for whatever reason. So here, I just whipped the stab again, just poorly predicting people. That was some good surfing, proud of that. Yeah, so here, I really need to get my, if I'm going to try and defend the point, I'm really going to need to get my cloak and all back. And I'm not going to be able to take out everybody because I can hear from my team the amount of people, and I can see from the numbers that they've got a good few numbers up there. And I'm not going to be able to stab everybody. That wasn't necessarily a wasted opportunity. I mean, bumping the sniper is probably what gave me away. But and at this point as well, that was one of those situations where I should have been paying more attention to. This is code. Just playing with. Pushing it up. Just one of those fights. But I should really have been paying more attention to who was up and who was down, because I mean I wasn't aware what the disguise I had there. Oh, here's calling quick fix, of course. Telling them that they're just running the quick fix that they actually use. I'm not gonna beat him here. I don't know how actually. Does this work out? Yeah, I get help from a pyro. I don't know if that medic's quick fix was over, but I really don't think he should have switched back to his saw to fight me there. If he just kept his quick fix going, because he'd only popped it quite recently, he definitely would have survived there. Now, here's something where everybody else was down, so they were all watching me, and yeah, they were all calling me out saying that I'm a sap addict. But that was genuinely a conscious decision. At that situation, there was about 6 people on the point. I was not going to be able to kill them all. Whereas if I knew that if our flank got up, like Lardox would bomb the point immediately after that, got a kill. You know, he could have got a lot more kills, and the mini sentry not being there is a bigger benefit to him than and he can do more damage than I can. So that was my reasoning there. So here's Craggy, tries, so close, almost blows everybody off the point.
Mission begins in 60 seconds.
So now, again, very passive game. You'll notice I doubt I got very many kills at all in that last game. It was all just about the attention, and it was about, you know, I probably could have gotten a few more mid picks, but passive game. So, first point on offense, I tend to go to B, because when I'm a B, when you come at it, your team will sort of generally, they have to push A first. So when they try and push A, because of the way the hill is and the cliff and the way people hold it, they have no idea really what's over it. You know, you'll see the demo spam, but what I do is I'm going to run to B straight away. I'm going to cloak and dagger there, and I'm going to just call out what is there. Tell everybody what class are there so people know what to expect, you know. And then I just wait for the pick. And here, I think I remember I told Craggy to actually go away because I thought a sniper was gonna, or a soldier if they were there, might spot us. So, run out here. Immediately I see the sniper, so I tell my team that. That helps the medic a lot if the sniper is, if the sniper's not at A, because it gives her a lot more freedom. So here, yeah, I'm watching the sniper. Right now, there's no real push, and at the minute, I'm calling out all the information that's available to me there. Like, I don't see a sentry gun. I have no idea where it is. I can hear it now because there's no comms. But since our team is pushing A so quickly, I know I'm just going to hang out here. I will probably try and get the sniper. It'll help our team a lot. No point in trying anything currently from my position, not with the pyro. All he's doing is just checking. And what I want to do is wait for something like this. There, Lardox comes in, big distraction. And I should be able to pick up the sniper here. My team wanted to wait for the sniper. I whiffed most of my shots, but I managed to get the sniper anyway. And immediately get killed, but the sniper was the pick that they wanted to push in. You know, if the sniper's down, then you can, you know, our medic can move a lot further before she has to actually pop. You know, because there's no fear she's going to get dropped to a headshot. So there, as you see there, rather than she only popped Uber just now rather than when she was walking in at first. So now I see the gun, I see where the sentry is, and I see where it's probably been. At this point, this was Added giving his life so Cupid get out. She did too well. This code was as aggressive, level 3. So I see the sentry gun, and at this point it's more or less a decision. When a team is holding like this, there's, you know, literally what that pyro was doing, he's looking for me, that's all he's doing. And I notice that the gun's been moved. So at this point, my two priorities are either the sniper. There goes the sniper. So now my priority is really the gun. That's another thing that's going to force my team to pop. So I try and move into this position where I'm going to... That sentry gun position is actually a really good one. Because it's very hard for me. I can sap it from there, but I'm not really going to get anywhere near the engineer. And I really need both. Like, the pyro's going to catch me. Almost did there. Always keep an ear out for the pyro. Pyro makes a lot of noise when they're flamethrower. And here, again, the NG just gives this to me. I don't know why he never even came back to try and take it down. In a situation like that where the gun is really important, that it needs to go down, I'm going to always try and revolver it down, because it needs to go down quickly to help my team more than anything else, and my life at that point is throwaway. And if I'm not going to get a pick, the gun is more important. Revolver it down before the engineer can come back. And here, just capping. Not very aggressive. Just stay on the cap. It's important. Time. So now here, I did not realize that trap was there, and I don't even think he meant to get me with it. But again, my life at this point is throwaway, and you know, if I'm going to use a trap that would otherwise have gotten my medic, then that's fine as well. So next, plan for this life. Get up, get behind them, get a pick that'll open a passage for my team. It's what you're doing. I mean, you're in a flank class, and what you're really going to do is you can cross the line way easier, and that's important on Steel, because Steel has all these, you know, the really narrow choke points, like Exhibit A, or Exhibit C rather, right here in front of you. And you know, what I'm really doing is I'm trying to create channels for my team to come through. If my team are, you know, the combo are the main attacking force, they're going to do the most damage out of your team. So if you can open up ways for them to get around, call out to me. Now this I really thought I got the force out onto the medic, but I really thought I should have got that stab. It was literally just a split second where, well, I was in the exact position. I was still technically coming out of my cloak, so I couldn't stab, which is just a really small tiny mistake. So it's a shame. I got a force anyway, which is the next best thing to an actual pick. When if you can force a medic out of position just out of fear, and that's a thing you want to try and do as well. Like, make the medic afraid of you. There's nothing wrong with that. If you can beat him a few times, then don't be afraid to revolver him down and get aggressive with him. There. Oh, that shows you medics. Cole just stole my stab there. And yeah, that just shows medics that don't peek, don't run in the hedge. You have a big fat heavy there to do that. You can take, and you'll see the heavy got out there, the medic didn't. And here at this point, all I'm really doing is, my combo are going up to spawn camp. I'm it's debatable whether or not I should have stuck on the point of a number here, And I'm just revolving constantly, so I'm just turning around, spinning constantly. Any information I can give my team if I spot anybody. Like, the Lat Ranger doesn't do particularly big damage at that range, but so I'm not really gonna kill anybody. But split up my team, no. So here we win. It was a fairly, a good victory. We won by a good bit of time, which is nice because we've been losing scrims lately for whatever reason.